Hello and welcome to round 8. Injuries. In the first clip you can see Jed Walters is going up for a mark. He puts the knee out and hits the back of Ainsworth's head, and he is ultimately taken off the ground and takes no further part of the game. Most likely concussion, so he will be also missing next week, I would expect. Jai Caldwell was subbed out with calf tightness. We'll have to wait for the team's release to find out if he's available to play next week. Darcy Gardner from the Brisbane Lions has gone down. It looks like he puts his foot down to try and slow himself down, but he immediately grabs at his knee, so it's either an ACL, MCL, most likely. If it's either of them, he's most likely going to be missing the rest of the year. Mitch Georgiades was already under an injury cloud. He had a very sore knee. He played the game and he came off, and you can see him poking at his knee. The inflammation in his knee was pretty big, so I doubt he'll be playing next week. Bo McCreary copped this knee to the back of the head and was subbed out for the rest of the game.
Tries to pick the eyes out of it and gets McCreary not good behind play.
Well, Charlie extends the Blues lead to 19 points, but here is the Bo McCreary incident. He just got absolutely sandwiched between the two Blues, and as you can
Lockie
see,
Jones from Port Power takes the mark, running back inside his defensive 50, and he's quite proppy for quite a bit at the end of the game. You can see there's only 5 minutes left. Port already have a lot of players down, so it'll be interesting to see what he does, what the club say about his injury going through the week. Todd Marshall from Port also injured his knee. The Port forward line is going to be very short next week. Lincoln McCarthy has injured his knee as he's going back to try to take the mark. It looks like he puts his foot down and his knee rotates a little bit. It goes down and he's holding his knee for quite some time. It looks like he has done his ACL and will most likely miss the rest of the year. Noah Long from West Coast Eagles was subbed out after this incident. It just looked like in the tackle his foot got caught underneath him, and due to the rotation it could have done an ACL or MCL. Depending on what the outcome of that actually is will depend on how long he's out for. John Noble was limping quite a bit, but he did play the remainder of the game. For some reason, Port Adelaide tried to push Connor Rozee coming back. He said that the hamstring was tight, not injured. As you can see, he sort of hyperextends that knee yet again, and he was subbed out. I would assume that he won't be playing at least next week to try and let that hamstring and that hyperextension recover. Don't know why they played him. James Sicily had a very rough day at the office. Not only did he roll his ankle, but he actually dislocated his shoulder. He went off, they put it back in place, and he came back on, which was quite a risky move, but it looked like it stayed in for the rest of the game, and he'll see how he goes during the week, whether he'll play next week. Brandon Starcevic from the Brisbane Lions was a late out. During the warm-up, apparently he injured his calf and wasn't able to play. Couldn't find exactly what the problem was, but Elliot Yeo came off around the end of the third quarter and took no further part of the game. And the only other one I could see was Zach Williams was subbed out of the game with left hamstring tightness. In the end, the hammy was iced, so that's 2 weeks in a row, I think, where they subbed him out. Probably needs a week rest. Anyway, that's it for this week. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video tomorrow.